Hello everyone, The Nitty Steve here, and today we will be featuring an interesting standard deck, Raffine Mono White. Now, it actually isn't mono white, but it takes kind of what makes Esper really powerful, Raffine, and really just puts it in a mono white shell as simply as possible. So, our lands all produce white mana, right? So Raffine's gonna be much easier to cast, ideally and hopefully. And then we also have Infernal Grasp. But other than that, it is a mono white deck. So let's talk about a little bit of the card choices. We have Hopeful Initiate as a 1-drop. And you might notice that we don't have a lot of 1-drops. Usually, in my past videos, I've talked about how I like having Hopeful Initiate and Usher of the Fallen, which is a 2/1 creature for 1 white mana in our mono white deck. But only having the Hopeful Initiate is kind of an understanding that, hey, a lot of our lands come into play tapped. So in our opening hand, we might want to rather play Raffine's Tower or our Shattered Sanctum or Deserted Beach on turn 1 so that we can do something on turn 3 or turn 2, right? So we have that as an aggressive creature that can use the counters that we gain from Raffine. We have Portable Hole as removal. And then we have Intrepid Adversary, Luminarch Aspirant, and Thalia as cards or creatures that you would expect in a normal mono white deck, right? We are not trying to be a different deck. We are just mono white with Raffine, right? And we just have to focus in on that. We also have Infernal Grasp as really good removal that we normally wouldn't get in mono white. So this is just very clear, concise, efficient removal. And then our 3-drops, again, I've talked about this in previous videos, and while it's not necessarily the best way to frame your 3-drops, a lot of them are in general very interchangeable, and it's not gonna hurt you to not use your wild cards or not use what's available to you, right? So we have Brutal Cathar, which is removal. We have Skyclave Apparition in the sideboard, but again, whatever you have and whatever you want, you can switch them out, and the difference will be negligible, and it will be fine. Elite Spellbinder here is only 3. It could go up to 4. I really like it, but and you know what? I'm thinking maybe do I want to put it up to 4 over Reidane? I'm not sure yet. But we have Brutal Cathar's removal, Elite Spellbinder as hand interaction to remove threats. Reidane does something very similar where it's going to put your opponent on a back foot, making opposing Meat Hook Massacres or other expensive spells much harder for them to cast, and then hopefully you can kill them by then. We have Adeline, which is another great aggressive creature. And then we have the reason why we are not mono white, Raffine. And ideally, Raffine is going to. We're looking to get a lot of power from this card because Raffine is the reason why we are not mono white. And hopefully it pays off. And then we have our Legion Angel, which again, we have our sideboard slots there, and Wandering Emperor as something, again, we want just be able to use on our 4th turn. And it's a really powerful card, and I really like this art. So that's why I have it here. For our sideboard, we have Wedding Announcement for maybe the more control-y decks or things where you really want to go wider. We have our Legion Angels. So we also have Negate as a form of interaction that mono white normally doesn't have, which I like. And I also have a Tenacious Underdog, which I don't know why it's here. So I'm going to take that out, and I will add in a Negate right now. Let's see, what's this art? Alright, let me do that. Bam. We are deck building, everyone. And then we have Skyclave Apparition and Elspeth Resplendent. Resplendent there for, again, the more grindy matchups. Whether she's going to be good or not, I don't know. We'll see. But she's really, really powerful. And the good thing with more expensive cards in a Raffine build is that if you ever need to, you can just discard them, right? But again, I also want to bring up the Skyclave Apparition, where Skyclave Apparition could be Brutal Cathar in the sideboard, and you can switch them out to whatever you have access to, or whatever you feel like you're playing against in the metagame. The different cards are marginally different and better in different matchups, so, use your own discretion for that. And with that, let's play some games. Alright, MPLGA, let's go. So, this hand is actually pretty great, right? We get to turn 1, Hopeful Initiate, turn 2, Aspirant, and turn 3, Reidane, or Aspirant, depending on what we draw. But we also get to have our complete Esper colors, right? So, perfect. We get to do everything on curve. It's what we want. I also, one of the things, and this is something that I still have problems with, or I don't know what to do, is on our second turn when we play the Luminarch Aspirant, what we target with the +1/+1 counter. And that's going to come into play because when we play Aspirant, we can target the Hopeful Initiate to make it a 2/3 and attack for an extra damage. But then the following turn, our Luminarch Aspirant cannot target. If it targets itself, it's not going to train the Hopeful Initiate, so we're missing out on a +1/+1 counter. And it's a very, very minute little detail, but it is important, and I usually just go with how I feel. And hopefully our opponent plays the game. Alright. White. Black. So I'm gonna target the Aspirant because I don't think we're gonna make up the 1 damage here, right? Oh, look, and we have Raffine, so let's go. So we can discard the tower and maybe the Reidane. We have the Infernal Grasp to kill whatever our opponent casts, which is really, really nice. And a Righteous Valkyrie, okay. I think what we want to do is kill it. We're putting the counters on the Raffine, so our opponent doesn't have a free block on it with Giada. 1, 2, 3. Opponent's at 1. We get to play this Initiate. And hopefully we kill our opponent here. Easy game. So here, I think we're gonna want more removal, creature removal. So I'm gonna take out, or put in the Skyclave Apparition, take out the Reidanes, because I don't think it's gonna be that great. And maybe even take out the Thalia. I don't know if the Angels deck will run a lot of interaction, or a lot of non-creature spells. I know they do. But I think Thalia might be one of our worst cards here. Because it also gets blocked very, very easily. But that hand worked literally perfectly. The white, blue. I think I want to... Let's Adversary, and then we can start attacking with the big lifelinker next turn. Go. Uh-oh. What could they possibly have put there? Maybe another board wipe of some kind? What is the Angel Foretell card? Oh, well, it was Doomscar. Which, you know, I kind of potentially saw coming, but without anything else going on, I don't think we can really play around it. Alright. We need to start killing our opponent before they can get any advantage from the Splendor. So that will involve us drawing a land or two. Okay. We could have a Skyclave Apparition to remove maybe the Valkyrie, but I think getting Adeline is important on the battlefield for two reasons. Because it's a threat here, and then next turn if we draw a land, depending on what the land is, we do have 2 removal, and I like having a lot of removal with, I like having more threats when we have the removal. This is a little not great. I think we can do that to get rid of the Angel token. And now we have a slight problem, maybe? And now I have to sacrifice an Aspirant. Wait, did our opponent draw a card? The Retribution, yep. Okay. Well... At least we get to kill or sacrifice that. Our opponent will draw more cards. This is right now we're getting, not punished, right? But we are seeing where the not having all the best mana is coming back to hurting us. Angel dies, so we lose this. Beginning of each end step.
Strike fast and
so
strike
I think we want to do If our opponent doesn't have removal, attacking with everything kills them. GG. Our opponent has a very interesting username. I'm going to keep, though I don't love it. Oh, I don't like that we drew that land. Oh, and our opponent... Oh, no. This is all going terribly, terribly wrong. We don't block because if we block, they make it 2-3 and then it dies. Alright, let's go Raffine. If our opponent Fading Hopes Raffine, it doesn't tap them out, but we do take 6 and go down to 6. Oh, they're... I'll block here. And also, our Eiganjo now deals 4... It only costs 1 mana to activate. It only costs 1 mana last turn, but we have 3 legendary creatures. Oh, that's good. Hmm. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't have potential for lethal here. So I think I'm just gonna do that. One, two. Can I Brutal Cathar an Apparition and Elite Spellbinder to live? Double slip. Let's get rid of the fade. That can take out 2 things. Oh, we already played our land. I apologize, everyone. I thought I had a land drop. I thought we could potentially win. Oh, I think we were dead anyway. Okay. Alright, GG. I tried. What do we do here? I think it's mostly fine. I think I like Thalia here. Maybe I like Apparition more than Cathar. Because they have a lot of bounce. And we don't want to just... We'd rather give them 1/1s than their creatures back. Unfortunate. If we drew a land, any untapped land would have been so good. We can't attack again because Ledger Shredder will kill our Thalia. But this is great, because now we get to get rid of the Shredder, attack, train. Yeah, GG. Our opponent stumbled on mana, and you know what? That's okay. That is okay. No blocks. Huh. Interesting. Not sure what I wanted to do there. Hopefully they don't flip it. Another Delver. No blocks. Okay. Ooh. Blue. Look at this perfect mana. And what's great about that is, right, the adversary is going to just gain us so much more life over these turns. If they slip out the back... Oh, interesting. So we still have... We can Apparition what? What do we want to Apparition here? A creature that becomes a 1/1. I can become a 4/4. Now block. I'm going to target the Apparition, so that way, if they slip out the back to Adversary, we deal damage. We can discard 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're going to slip out the back their own spirit. Okay. On there. Then we have that. Then we say go. I can't imagine our opponent having anything that stops us from winning. However, our thought was correct. I just want to say thank you all for watching me play some mono white standard Raffine. It was a very, very interesting deck. Again, it really, really plays very, very similarly to mono white, right? Again, it only has 2 non-mono white cards in the main deck, right? But it really, really did showcase the power of Raffine in being able to just filter through your deck, finding you the cards you need, and being able to really, really make combat very, very hard for your opponent. I don't know how consistent the deck would be long term, but it was fairly consistent here, and it was really, really surprising in how cool and fun that was. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed what you watched, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, or subscribe. And you can also watch me stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever. Thank you for watching. Bye.